Howdy folks, you're on the C8 CORVETTE show. Scroll over to the right, click that subscribe button, and join this awesome community.
What's up everyone, welcome back to the blog. Thank you for pushing that play button. If this is your first time stopping by, well, my name is Clarence, and I'm very thankful that all my current subscribers, all my new subscribers are tuning in and watching this video. And if you are new, please hit that subscribe button right now and that bell notification right beside us so you get an update anytime I release a video, because you would love to be part of the 2021 C8 CORVETTE 252 YouTube channel. So today's video, I want to go ahead and answer a few of the questions of people who are in the process, like I said before, of buying a 2021 Corvette, or already have their current Corvette, or definitely looking forward to buying a Z06 version or whatever version that comes out later on after 2021. And so with that being said, I want to get into some of the questions that people have asked me. And one of the things that people have asked me thus far, which I should have taken a picture of, and I'm going to try to do that right now as we speak so I can upload in this video, is when Chevrolet decides to do over-the-air updates, how exactly does Chevrolet announce those things? Do they show you those things in the email? Do they send you a text message? And no, they do not. The way Chevrolet gives us updates, over-the-air updates on your vehicle, is that they display it on the front of your display, which is going to show right now within this video. As soon as I can probably get this back to start. There it is. When you hear that noise, that is Chevrolet showing us the display. So everything that I'm showing you right now within this video is telling you how the over-the-air updates may work. Now, obviously, that is something that I don't regret getting in this car, because I think that's an awesome feature to have. Chevrolet gives you the opportunity to update things over the air to keep you from having to go to the dealership. It saves you time, it saves you energy, and it saves you money, in my personal opinion, especially if your car is already under warranty. But with that being said, I do want to go to the back, because people ask me, what are some of the things I regret getting in my 2020 C8 Corvette that I probably won't get going forward, or something that I can, maybe redo in the future car if I decide to go with the future variant of the C8 Corvette. And so right now we're going to take a step outside, and I'm going to talk about a few things that I regret getting in my 2020 Corvette, either because of the money, either because I don't use it, or either because it was just pointless of getting. But when you get the first generation of something and you get all these accessories, you think you're going to want those things when you get them, but when you get them and you don't use them, you realize you just wasted money and it was just pointless. So with that being said, let's hop out of the back. I'm going to leave the car running so you guys can hear the awesome sound of that V8 motor, and I'm going to make sure you guys can still hear me good enough in the video so I can explain some of the things that I actually probably shouldn't have gotten in my 2020 C8 Corvette. So let's go. And I'm going to say this right off the bat. Do I regret buying this car? Absolutely not. I love every bit of this car since owning it. I highly respect this car so much, and I think that if you guys are in the market for a new Corvette, you should go out there and get one. The reason why I make YouTube videos, so you guys can understand what you could be getting yourself into, things that you will love, things that you will hate, and things that you may regret. And I'm going to talk about some of these things in this video. Now, for some of you guys who also have the same type of features or accessories, leave your comments down below what your thoughts are on this. I know for me, this is how I feel about certain things about the car. So here are one of the things that I regret getting. And one of the things I regret getting in my 2020 C8 Corvette is the engine appearance packages. The engine appearance package was something that I thought would be pretty cool for car shows and car events and things like that. But what I've noticed is that I haven't gone to any really car shows. I've gone to Cars and Coffee, but that's all have been in the morning time. And there's no point of having these lights on displayed in the morning time, because people can already see the engine, right? And the engine appearance package look good at night, but there's really any night shows here, and there's really any shows that's going on period where I would need the engine appearance package. Now, I had a few friends of mine who said they regret not getting an engine appearance package, but I'm going to tell you why I regret getting an engine appearance package. One, the two things that come with this package is the carbon fiber pieces here and those two lights. $1,000 bucks. Yeah, you heard it, $1,000 bucks. There's no way that this piece, carbon fiber piece, that carbon fiber piece, and those two lights should cost anywhere near $1,000 bucks. In my head, when I built this car, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do car shows as soon as I get it, because it's a new Corvette. I'm gonna do a bunch of fun things. That's probably gonna be at nighttime. So how about I go ahead and get the engine appearance package? Well, since I've owned this car, I've barely ever used the engine appearance package, ever. And I know that things has been weird this year with coronavirus and whatever the case may be. I'm sure there's a lot of aftermarket companies that will actually give you these two pieces for cheaper. And it might not be carbon fiber pieces, or they could be carbon fiber pieces, but you know, I would have been fine if this piece was just, the carbon fiber piece here was just black, and two lights. Maybe 200 bucks. I would have been just as happy, if not even more happier, but those were my options at the time. Now, let's be realistic. Those two lights, which are two LED lights right here, shouldn't have never cost nowhere near $1,000, in my personal opinion. This is something that an aftermarket company can figure out and do within seconds. For me personally, I didn't think that through when I first got it. And like, this carbon fiber piece is flimsy. Like, it's flimsy. So I just feel like I could have saved that $1,000 and got this done aftermarket. So for you guys who are interested in an engine appearance package, if you want to get it because it looks good, by all means do it. I don't think it's worth the extra $1,000. I don't think that's some money that you're going to get back if you decide to sell the car. It sounds good to say I have the engine appearance package. Yes, I don't think there's a lot of night car events that's going on, at least in my area, that is worth getting that. I think if you're like going on a hot date, you and your wife, maybe you with your buddies, and at nighttime you guys are kind of hanging out, and you put on, you know, you open up the rear hatch. Yeah, that's cool for that purpose. But $1,000, I don't know, Chevrolet. I love you guys a lot. I really love this brand. I really love the car, but I don't think it was worth $1,000. So I regret paying $1,000 for the engine appearance package. Another thing that I kind of regret on my 2020 C8 Corvette, when I first bought this car, I got the black engine cover. Now for me, I was like, I ain't gonna pay the extra money to get engine cover because I don't think it's really worth it. This engine cover came from a different company who sponsored me with it, which I greatly appreciated. My engine cover originally was red. I'm sorry, it was originally black. And I thought that it would be okay. I personally think that Chevrolet should automatically offer you an engine cover for free. That's my personal opinion, because not just black, I mean like any color. Because if you're gonna spend almost $80,000 for a vehicle, and this is just plastic, I mean, this ain't anything special whatsoever, this is just plastic, you should be able to offer your customers, you know, something that looks better than a black engine cover. I feel like you should offer yellow or red or orange, whatever the case, for free. It's one of those things where if you're willing to paint the entire car red, then you should be willing to do that red without charging people extra money for it. So I regret that I ended up getting a black engine cover, because I feel like Chevrolet should have offered a red engine cover for free. That's my personal opinion. If they did offer a red one, I probably have never went out and got this yellow one. So that was another thing that I regret. I know you guys may say that's another thing that's cosmetic, that you can change as you want, you can paint on your own. But you know, guys, I don't want to go through the process of having to paint this red if I really wanted it to be red. I feel like that's something that should just came with the car in the first place. Just my personal preference. Obviously, this doesn't mean that, you know, everyone else may agree on that, but I think if you go buy an engine cover from Chevrolet, it's about $500. So then if you type into, if you want your whole engine bay area to look good and fabulous, you're gonna pay $1,000 for 2 carbon fiber pieces and 2 LED lights, and then $500 for a engine cover, which I believe should have came free with the car. If you guys leave your comments down below, if you're paying $80,000 or more, what the case for the car, you probably will hope that the engine cover would just come with the car, whatever color you decide to choose. It should be sort of a given. If you buy a red car, red engine cover. You buy a yellow car, yellow engine cover. You buy an orange car, orange engine cover. You buy a black car, black engine cover. If you buy a white car, white engine cover. That's just my personal preference. I'm not part of the Chevrolet team, and I love those guys so much. I really respect them, but I don't feel like there should be an upcharge for a plastic engine cover. I'm sorry, that shouldn't be the case. Another thing that I think Chevrolet could have done better, that I regret that they didn't do better, is have better wheels. Now, these wheels are my aftermarket wheels that I got. I want to thank each and every one of you guys and girls for supporting this cause. I'm about to send out your merch. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Right now on my website, I have my merch. It's discounted. I want to help kids and families around the world be able to get food and get toys for their kids. You guys, whatever you buy from my website is going to help into this cause. I appreciate each and every one of you. Literally, I'm about to be headed to the post office box to ship out this merch. This was just purchased, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Go to my website, www.cgonespeed252.com. Everything has been discounted. Anything you buy will go to help this cause as well. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, let's get MRR. And I love those guys dearly. And if you ever reach out to them about aftermarket wheels, let them know that I sent you and they will probably hook you up. And these wheels are very affordable, trust me. I've liked the wheels that Chevrolet put on the 2020 C8 Corvettes. The stock wheels are absolutely by far terrible. Now, for a lot of you guys who still have the factory wheels on your car, this is nothing against you. This is my personal opinion, my preference on the wheels that came on the stock 2020 C8 Corvette. And for a lot of you guys out there, if you go look at most of the 2020 C8 Corvettes out there, most of those people already exchanged those wheels out. Now, this is why I think the wheels on the 2020 Corvette Stingray were terrible. I think it was that they overcompensated, right? Think about it. If you're cooking a meal and somebody says you put too much salt in there, you're going to think about it more than anything else. So you're going to overcompensate by putting a little bit less salt in there, and the next time there's not enough salt in there, so they're going to put their own salt in there. We all do that, right? We all overcompensate for something with something in our lives. And I think that with Chevrolet, when it came down to building these wheels, the stock ones for the 2020 C8 Corvette, the problem was they had crack wheels for the Grand Sport, they had crack wheels for the Z06, and they possibly had crack wheels for the 2019 Z01. With that being said, they came out with these awesome good looking wheels. I like all the wheel patterns for the Grand Sport, the C7 version, the Z06 version, and the Z01 version. I thought the wheels were great. But when they started cracking, Chevrolet then decided to build these crappy, thick, basic wheels that look crappy. And I will admit, I have not heard of any customer yet complaining about those wheels cracking, but they were terrible. They were terrible. And then on top of that, you can get the stock wheels in black for $1,000. No. Those wheels was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And don't get me wrong, I think the Trident spoke wheels that they have with the C8 Corvette look pretty nice. But they're extra $1,500. So then you pay $1,500 for those wheels. You get two sets of wheels. You get the Trident spoke wheels you pay for, and then you get the wheels that come stand on the car. I don't think those wheels look great at all, in my personal opinion. They definitely look a little bit better than the stock wheels, but the Trident spoke wheels ain't something that I would fall in love with. And I love those guys. I think they could have did a better job at doing that. So that's one thing I regret that wasn't done better with the 2020 C8 Corvette. Was I think the wheels just should have been better, in my personal opinion. And like I said, I think they overcompensated for the cracked wheels or the bent wheels on a Grand Sport. Because I've had followers all the time email me and say, have you had any problems with your Grand Sport wheels? Now for me, I have not had any issues with my C7 Corvette Grand Sport chrome wheels, but I also took them off the car pretty early on. So I haven't had them on there long enough to have any of those issues that everybody else has been having. And so I feel like, once again, I'm going to say this, I think they was overcompensating for those wheels cracking and bending. I think they have a lawsuit out against them for those reasons, because so many people have bent cracked wheels, and they had to go with somebody to weld them, or they had to pay at least $400 or $500 to get a new wheel to replace those current ones with, and it was just a lot of headaches. So I think for Chevrolet, they decided to build crappy wheels and just make them look kind of thick, and they just didn't look that great. So that's one thing that I kind of think that Chevrolet could have probably done a lot better with. Another thing that a lot of people really dislike regarding the 2020 C8 Corvette was the rear bumper. A lot of people who own Camaros think that the Corvette has a Camaro bumper. Now, I own an older version of the Camaro, probably 2011. And don't get me wrong, I like the rear bumper, but a lot of people regret the fact that Chevrolet made the rear end look just like the Camaro. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Leave your comments down below of your thoughts on how Chevrolet did that. But I kind of regret that it did make them look kind of similar, because a lot of people says the C8 Corvette is just a Corvette mixed with the Camaro. And I don't like that whole idea, because it's just unfair. But Chevrolet did kind of look like they kind of took some ideas from the rear bumper of a Camaro and kind of tied it in with the C8 Corvette. Now I'm going to sit here and admit this too. Anytime I'm driving at nighttime, I pretty much have an idea what vehicle's in front of me because of the rear bumper, because Chevrolet kind of does tie in some of their cars with almost identical rear ends. For instance, I was driving the other day at nighttime, and literally I was like, that's a Chevrolet product. And then as I got closer, it was an Impala, because the lights are almost identical as the 2020 C8 Corvette. So, but I don't think they flash the same, but they definitely look somewhat the same with the little L shape thing. So it's just one of those things where, you know, I regret the engine appearance package, getting the carbon fiber pieces, like I said earlier, that's in the back right here, and those two lights. I regret that the engine cover costs $500, because I feel like that's something that should come standard with your car. If you decide to get a red car, red engine cover should come with it for free. If you decide to get a black car, black engine cover should come. White car, white engine cover should come. Orange car, orange engine cover should come. That's just my personal opinion, but hey, that's just me. What do you guys think? Once again, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch the ads and support me, and leave your comments down below. If you have any questions, you know, you guys got my email. You're more than welcome to reach out at any given time. I will try my best to get back to all of you, I promise. Once again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I love to have you part of this community if you're not already a part of this community. And once again, I'll see you guys in another episode of Seek on the Speed 252.
Is your seatbelt fastened? All right. Let's go.